Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Bethany Brings Books. I am here today to do a quick reading update and to do a little haul talking about what I got on my recent trip to Charleston, South Carolina. So let's get started, guys. First of all, I want to say that I'm sorry if the lighting is a bit off in this video. It's later in the evening, and with the time change, the lighting is just a bit weird anyway. Hopefully it won't be too bad. Yeah, so I just came back from a very busy weekend. Actually, I just came off of a very busy week and plus a very busy weekend last week, where I was trying to get a ton of things done before I left this weekend for a trip. My brother, I've talked about it some on here, but my brother is getting married in April, which actually is just next month, guys. He's gonna be here so soon, and I'm so excited. The ladies, the girls, ladies, whatever you want to say, from the bridal party went on a little girls weekend to Charleston, South Carolina, and I stayed overnight, just from Friday morning till Saturday night. But it was very nice. It was very rainy there. There was actually flash flood warnings, and it was kind of crazy when we rode downtown Saturday because there was some serious flooding, and then like some of the businesses and stuff did not open up till during the day because of all the flooding. But anyway, it was still just very fun. I enjoyed myself, and we had a great time, and we saw the Battery and the waterfront in Charleston, and we were able to go in a lot of the shops and to the market, which was probably one of the coolest things. And we also went and saw the Angel Oak live tree. It's like 400 plus years old, huge tree, very amazing, pretty cool. It was just a really fun trip. I felt very odd being away from my kids. My parents kept them for me, so it was like I just felt weird. But and it's crazy because sometimes as a mom, especially as a single mom, there's days when I'm like, oh my goodness, I just need a break. I just need a little bit of time to myself. I just need some peace and quiet. In the end, I get it. And by 24 hours, I'm like, I miss my kids. So it was fun. But I'm really so excited for my brother and my sister-in-law, soon to be sister-in-law. So happy and so excited because I love the girl that my brother is marrying. She's so sweet, and we have a lot of the same interests, which is fun. We can talk about books and period dramas and antiquing and thrifting and stuff together. So anyway, I love you, Sydney. You are so sweet, and I'm very excited to be adding you to our family. I wanted to show y'all what I picked up while I was there. First of all, I'll mention a couple things that I picked up that are not going to be in the video. I did pick up a couple things for my parents. I picked up a little package of cheese straws, which are like a southern dish. They had them down there at one of the markets. And then for my mom, I picked up a pack of green tea. So I didn't know this until we went down there, but there is a tea plantation farm, whatever you call it. I'm not sure what you call it. The only one in the U.S. is near Charleston, and we were going to visit it, but it was so rainy. We ended up not going. We were afraid that we would get flooded out. So they sell a lot of the tea from that farm down there, and the company that sells Bigelow tea. But down there they have it marketed under other names as well. It was pretty cool. Like when we went through the market, they had different types of tea and stuff, and I believe the name I think it was called the Charleston Tea Company, I think. In one box that I picked up, it was like their breakfast tea, and I've already tried some and it was really good, but I accidentally left the box there. So I'm going to hopefully get it in a few weeks whenever I see my sister-in-law, soon to be sister-in-law again. But that one was good. And then I also picked up, like I said, I picked up a pack of tea for my mom, and that one was actually from a tea company called Oliver Pluff and Company. Now I don't know if they are the same tea company. I'm not sure. they're associated with them, if that's just a different name. But I did pick her up some that she really loved. It was like a light green tea. She said she really enjoyed it. That's what I got them. That's not going to be in this video. And then I also got each of my kids a chocolate egg. There was a shop in the market that had some candies. I got a truffle. I like trying, when I go places, trying different chocolate truffles. Like buying one and trying it. And so they had one called the Cherry Bomb. It was so good. It was like dark chocolate with a cherry inside. Really good. And then I got my kids chocolate eggs, and which was, I've never seen these before, but they looked like a Easter egg. It was like painted on the outside with little different colors on it. Then at the bottom, there was a little hole that was covered up, and you peeled off the little wrapping paper off the bottom, and it was a hole in the eggshell, and there was chocolate in it. And so later on I read about it, and it said that they empty eggshells, like they put a little hole in the bottom and empty them, and then they sterilize them and then fill them with chocolate, which was, I thought was so cool. When the guy told me at the store that he was like, it's like a real egg, it's a real shell. I didn't think he meant a real eggshell, but it was. And my kids love those. I got one for each of them, and of course they've already eaten them, so I can't show you those. But anyway, we'll go ahead and talk about the stuff that I did get that I can show you. I'm sorry, this video is already 8 minutes long. So yeah, we need to get started. First of all, we'll talk about tea again. I got, this is called Fine Pinhead Gunpowder Fine Tea Tightly Rolled Green Tea. It's in a little packet. This was tea of Colonial Charleston, and it says, various grades of gunpowder tea were a regular import to Charlestown by the British East India Company. The tea is tightly rolled, then lightly roasted, giving it a dense, dark appearance that is similar to actual gunpowder. The tea leaves slowly and unfurl in hot water. Anyway, I don't know, it just sounded cool, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna try that. I saw these little packets. Then later on, I found these were larger boxes, but this is a different kind. This is the white peony. I don't really know how you say that. Peony. A light and refreshing tea. And this one has 20 tea bags in it. It says it has a fresh, mellow, sweet taste. The tea leaves are sun withered, which produces subtle flavors and a very light caffeine. And this is what I'm actually drinking right now, and it is really good. This is my first time trying it, and I love it. It's very, very light. It has a very faint floral taste, but it's really, really good. Really good. It's not strong, not bitter. Very good. Very refreshing. So if you're a tea drinker, check out this company, Oliver Pluff and Company in Charleston. Then I saw this tea mug, and I'm not typically someone who buys a mug everywhere I go. I'm more of a ornament buyer, which you will see in just a minute. But I do like I like collecting I say collecting very loosely because I don't want a ton of mugs, but if I find a mug that really attracts my eye, like catches my eye and attracts my attention at the thrift store or elsewhere, then I will pick it up. That's kind of like where I got this one from. This is from one I thrifted a while back. So I like to buy a mug because mugs take up so much room. I like, if I buy one, I want it to be one I really like. Like, I'm like, okay, this is super cute. I would really love to have this. I don't want to just buy random mugs that I don't really like, because then I will get tired. I would be like, oh, I'm tired of seeing this in my cabinet, and toss it out. Like, get rid of it. So I don't want to do that. But this mug I saw, and it caught my eye right away, and it was really cute, and I thought I would really like to have this. So it's this mug right here, and it's Rainbow Row in Charleston, which is a row of old houses that are all different colors. So it's Rainbow Row, and then under it says Charleston, South Carolina. And I just like that the mug looks like old, like crockery kind of. See, if y'all can see, it's got the, I don't know if it's gonna focus, but it's got like the little speckled look to it, which I thought was really cool. So there was that. And then I got an ornament, of course. This ornament is so pretty, and I collect ornaments from my trips. And my tree, honestly, guys, is overloaded. I'll have to show it to you this year. I was like, I'm gonna have to get another tree because my tree is so crowded with ornaments. I've been collecting ornaments probably for the last 15 plus years, 15 or more at least. And so this one is from Charleston, of course, but this one's really pretty. Hopefully y'all can see that. That's again Rainbow Row with a carriage because they do their carriage rides. Then it's got in the background the big, I forgot the name of the bridge, but there's this huge gorgeous bridge and a lighthouse. So that's all of the non-book things, and now I'm going to show y'all the book things. I got each of my kids a book. I got them each a book and then the chocolate egg, and the first one is In My Room, a book of creativity and imagination. I got this one for Marilla. This one's really cute. You read it this way, so this is what it looks like. It looks like that, and then you open it up and you read it like this. And each page is like that. Oh wait, I've got it upside down. You read it like this. Each page is like this. And it's like, in my room, I can go anywhere I want to go. And so then each page talks about different things she can do in her room. And then it just keeps going like that. But it's really cute. I thought it was super cute. I thought she would like that. Then I got Elisha. When I saw this, I was like, yes, Elisha would love this because he's in that boy phase of everything weird and poop and, you know, boys and life-size animal poop. They had, for some reason, a bunch of books about animal poop. And this one just has all different animals, and it tells about the animals and what their poop looks like. And it's just kind of cool. And, like, I know some people think that's weird. But, you know, hey, they're learning. And for some reason, kids are fascinated with this. I don't know why. But it's a natural part of life. So, yeah. That's the one I got Elisha. And then I got this for Eleanor. Eggs Are Everywhere. And it's like a little interactive book. It's really cute. It has this little spin thing right here. And you can spin it and then guess which basket the egg is in, and you like look under it and see, is the egg under this basket or this basket? And right now the egg is there under the basket. So that's just, I thought that was really cute. You do that on each page. You guess which door, which hand, where the egg is. And they were all happy with their books. And then I got 4 books for myself. The first one that I bought is called We Lived in a Little Cabin in the Yard. So back in the 1930s, the Federal Writers Project sent reporters, interviewers out to former slaves and interviewed them about their experiences in slavery. And these people were, of course, in the 1930s, very old, and most of them had been very young during slavery. I read Under the Tulip Tree by Michelle Shockley a couple years ago, and that was the focus of that book. She talked about the Federal Writers Project, and like the main character in it does, you know, goes and interviews a former slave. Well, not long after that, I found one of these books that actually included the real stories from those slaves, and it was in a particular state. I don't remember which state. I read it and I really enjoyed it. When I say enjoy, I don't mean, I hope y'all understand what I mean. It was definitely a hard read, but I just found it interesting and fascinating to read and hear the stories of these slaves from their eyes, and to know that this was done in the 30s. Like, that was not that long ago, and they were interviewing them. And so it was just very fascinating. So I've always thought I would love to read more of them. So anyway, this is another one of those, and this one is, I believe this one says this is interviews of 21 former Virginia slaves. It is again from the Federal Writers Project, where they went and they interviewed all of these slaves. So there's that one, and then or former slaves, I'm sorry. And then this is another one, Before Freedom, When I Just Can Remember. This is also another one by the same author, I believe, Belinda Hermits. Yeah, they're edited by her. This one is 27 narratives from the 1,200 typewritten pages of interviews with 284 former South Carolina slaves. So these are from South Carolina slave. But yeah, these are just really interesting to me because each one is the story of a real person through slavery. You know, there were former slaves, and they're powerful to read, and so I picked those two up. And then I saw this book, and it caught my eye because it was a Penguin classic, and I've been looking for more Penguin classics if there are some that I'm going to be interested in. This one I've never heard of, but it's by Mary Boykin Chestnut, and it's Mary Chestnut's Diary. It says, an unrivaled account of the American Civil War from the Confederate perspective, documenting the period between 1861 and 1865. Mary Chestnut's Diary is widely considered to be one of the most compelling personal narratives of the Civil War. As the daughter of a wealthy plantation owner and the wife of an aide to the Confederate President, Jefferson Davis, Chestnut was well acquainted with the Confederacy's prominent players. From the very first shots in Charleston, South Carolina, diligently recorded her impressions of the conflict's most significant moments. So it's her diary, which I just thought would be interesting to read. I have quite a few like diaries, letters, personal accounts from people during the Civil War and different time periods, and I have yet to read them. But I love collecting those because I feel like if you can read accounts of people, actual accounts of people who were living during those times, you can get a more accurate and clear insight into what was happening then. Like if you can read multiple accounts of those. And so I was like, you know, I find them, I have them and I find them fascinating, and I just keep meaning to pick them up and actually read them. And so this is one that I'm really looking forward to reading. Just reading about what was actually going on then, you know, and reading about the lives of those who were affected by the war and things. And then the last thing I got was this, which this is just interesting to me. This is a Bible. And this is actually translated, it's from the American Bible Society, and Wycliffe Bible translators actually helped translate this. But this is the New Testament in Gullah, Sea Island Creole, with marginal text of the King James Version. And let me show you how it is. Luke 1. So, and in the middle we have it in the Gullah. I don't know if it's necessarily a language or a dialect. I think it's, well, it says in here it's a language. It says Gullah, also known as Geechee or Sea Island Creole, is a language traditionally spoken along the coastal area of South Carolina and Georgia. While in the past, Gullah was mistakenly characterized as Poor English, today it is recognized as a distinct language. It is an English Creole born several hundred years ago out of a contact language situation where Africans were taken from various nations and language groups to grow rice in the marshy low country area along the southeastern coast of the American colony. This translation of the New Testament into Gullah was more than 25 years in the making. I think I'm saying that right, Gullah. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's what this is. It's that in the Gullah language, and then on the sides, in the margins, it is in the King James Version. I had bought some stuff and I went back and bought this because I love having different Bibles, and this just fascinated me. I have never seen this before, and it just, the idea fascinated me to have this and to learn more about the Gullah culture and their language and stuff. I just thought that would be interesting. It was from the slaves living in like South Carolina and Georgia, so they had a lot of books about that culture to learn more about it. I just think it would be very interesting to learn more about it. But anyway, guys, this is kind of long with me talking about what I got. It's kind of long. So anyway, guys, that's what I picked up. I wanted to do a quick update, a reading update. This is March the 11th. And I have done a bit of reading so far, a lot of short books. But I wanted to just do an update and talk about what I've been reading. So first of all, I have finished the Agatha Christie book that I mentioned wanting to finish, Hercule Poirot's Christmas. And I gave this 3.5 stars, I think. It's not a favorite of hers that I've read so far. it's kind of her typical storyline where we have this gathering of a large family together. It's at Christmas, which is a little different. And Hercule Poirot ends up being called out because someone is murdered. And it's kind of your basic, Agatha Christie story. We see all the suspects, and I will say the suspect was not anyone that I suspected. I did not at all figure out who it was. It was kind of a surprise, and yeah, it's just you're figuring out who was where and who's who and who has motive, and everybody has motive, and he just figures out the mystery. There was I felt like the way the murderer did it was a little bit unrealistic. And it really didn't have that, the Christmas vibes were not that huge in it, honestly. I watched the David Suchet, is that how you say his name? David Suchet? Suchet? I don't remember. I think it's David Suchet. I watched the Poirot adaptation of this, the movie BBC adaptation, and I liked all the Christmas vibes in it because it was definitely more Christmassy. They would like cut to scenes of people singing and stuff. There were some changes in it. They took out like one of the couples that are in the house. They kind of changed some of the way that Poirot comes about learning or being involved in the mystery. Some of it was changed, but overall I think it was a pretty good adaptation of it, and definitely, again, not one of my favorites, but yeah, I'm trying to read all of them, so that's why I read this one. And then after reading that, I did pick up another one that I'm still reading. I'm really not that far. That's how much I've read. I'm not that far. Dumb Witness by Agatha Christie. This is in the back, so I know who's going to be murdered. And actually, right off the bat, because it opens up saying, Miss Arundel died on May 1st. That's the first sentence. So we know who's going to be murdered, but right now we haven't got to the murder yet. They tell you like she's about to die, and then they go back a few days to like before she dies, and they're telling you what's happening leading up to her death. So that's what I'm reading there. And I read Sarah Planet Tall. I had mentioned wanting to read that on one of my videos recently, by Patricia McLaughlin, and I really loved it. I read it in one sitting. It's very short. I probably read it in less than an hour. It's super short, and I really liked it, y'all. I just thought it was so sweet and precious. Just a very cute middle grade book, and I did not realize there's like 5 or 6 books in the series. I thought there was only 3, but there's quite a few. There's at least, I want to think there's 6 or more. So I have already the other one up from the library. I haven't started reading it yet, but that's one that I'm hoping to pick up soon. Skylark. This one is a little thicker. It's actually quite a bit thicker. It looks, honestly, to me, it looks about double the size. I'm not sure, but yeah, that one I'm hoping to pick up soon. But I liked it. I think I gave it 5 stars. It was just precious and really, really makes me want to rewatch the movie. It was sweet. I just thought it was so cute, and it touched my heart. Just the little themes in it, about some of the themes about them losing their mom and stuff. It was precious. And then I have also read book 1 and book 2 in the Kit series, guys. We talked about this. I said I want to read this series. I've read both of these in one day. This one in one day, this one in one day. They're very short. I can easily sit down in the evening and read one. And then I've read some in this with a third one, Kit Surprise. I just this past week had a super busy week with a lot going on, so I didn't get to read that much. But I have read like I think 2 chapters in it maybe. So I should be able to finish this one this week. I don't even know if they're considered middle grade, y'all. They might be younger than that. It says ages 7 and up. So honestly, I do not know what the ages are for middle grade. I just read what I think. And then what else I'm hoping to pick up next is this one, The Sinister Signpost. This one I definitely want to go ahead and try to read this week, because this is one of the books that my kids chose for my 24 books to read in 2024, and I really need to work on that list, like really, really, really. So yeah, this is one that I definitely want to pick up. It's a Hardy Boys book. Also, tonight I'm planning to start Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. This is going to be a buddy read. I am going to be reading this with Anne, and her channel is In Search of Wonder, and I've been watching her stuff recently. Like, I've just started watching, and I enjoy her channel, and so she had mentioned on one of her videos that she's about to reread this. So, and then she commented on my channel and mentioned, and maybe we could do a buddy read because we were both talking about reading this. So we are planning to start this tonight. I'm really excited to be reading it with her. I've been wanting to do another buddy read for a long time. I haven't had a buddy read in quite a while, like a long time, really. It's been a while. It's been at least 8 months probably. So I'm so excited to do another buddy read. Last year, at the end of the year, I was so busy that I wasn't able to do any reading, much less a buddy read. So I'm really excited to be doing this with her. Her channel is In Search of Wonder. Go check her out. She reads a lot of different stuff, and she just reads all kinds of stuff. She reads Christian fiction. She reads clean fiction, I think. I'm pretty sure she reads clean fiction. She reads classics. She reads a lot of different stuff. So, yeah, I'm really excited to start this tonight with her. Oh, I want to show y'all this that I picked up from the library and I read today. This is Beauty and the Beast, illustrated by Jan Brett. This is absolutely gorgeous. It was so pretty. I would love to have my own copy of this. But it's Beauty and the Beast, and it was the first time that I've ever actually read the true story of Beauty and the Beast. And the illustrations are just beautiful. So beautiful. I don't know if y'all can really see them very well, but yeah, the illustrations were gorgeous. And I thought that was really fun. And then just briefly, also, I'm still reading this. I have actually made quite a bit of headway, and I've really gotten into this. Really gotten into it. So I'm excited to talk about it when I finish it. A Portrait of Emily Price. And, oh, I've also been reading The Songbird of Hope Hill, I think is what it's called, by Kim Vogel Sawyer. I'm reading it on NetGalley, and I've really gotten into it. At first, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like this, but honestly, guys, I've really gotten into it, and it's about, well, one reason I picked it up is because the synopsis really had, like, redeeming love vibes, it sounded like. So, and it's about this family, a father, a mother, a husband and wife, and their son, their adult son, who run a women's home and set in the late 1800s, and they run a women's home rescuing women from prostitution. And it opens up with a young woman named Birdie who has been involved in this industry. She ended up going into it because of her family died and she had nowhere else to turn to get food, and she went to this woman for help, and the woman ended up turning, like, that was the direction that the woman led her. So she hasn't been involved in it very long when this man comes to the brothel, and he's talking about, he's like asking the women to come. It's a preacher and his son, and he's asking the women, he's telling them about the gospel and asking them to come, and that they could come with him and to his home, him and his wife, their home, and they could get jobs and learn life skills and leave that other life behind. And so Birdie and another girl end up going, and we are kind of following that storyline. There's other storylines going on that are making it very interesting, and it's really starting to grab my interest. So I'm about 37% through, I think, and like I said, I'm reading that one on NetGalley, so I'm excited to talk about that one too when I finish. So yeah, guys, that's what I've been reading. I know this is a short update, but hey, I thought it would be fun to just very quickly update you guys so I won't have as much to talk about later on in the month. But anyway, I'm going to end this video because the lighting is getting really bad and the quality of this video is going to be terrible. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank y'all for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.